guys, Mark here, back with another quick video. Today I tried something a little bit different and I decided to draw this artwork. And I haven't really done this sort of style before, but I thought I would just record myself through the entire process and see what I could come up with. And then, so it took about 40 minutes all up, and I've decided to compress that into a bit of a time lapse so it's not too boring for you guys to watch. It's about 3 or 4 minutes now, I think, and yeah, I'm just going to narrate sort of over the process and explain to you guys how I drew it. So the first thing I did was just, I decided on the word free, and just to save myself a little bit of hassle, I decided to quickly copy paste some letters from Illustrator into Photoshop that were already outlined. The font I used here is just Gotham Bold, but you could use whatever you like. I just wanted to copy paste these in so that I knew my letters were already going to be nicely lined up and I didn't have to spend too much time focusing on, just laying out the initial letters because I knew it would make the video drag on. So I've pasted them in and then I've quickly just traced over them in a new layer, just really loosely, just to get a feel for them. And then I hide the original letters after that. Next I make a second layer, and what I did was I grabbed a pink brush and just drew some curves, and then I duplicated that layer multiple times, and the reason for that is so I can use it as guidelines, because I want the letters to be kind of wavy and follow those lines. So yeah, they're just there as guidelines and then I'll remove them later on. After that I grabbed a blue brush and just started sort of roughly sketching out where the letters would sit if they were actually wavy like that. You can see I make a couple of mistakes at this point. I had a little bit of trouble with the R, but on the flip side I got to duplicate the E, so that saved some time as well. After that I duplicated the layer with all of the blue rough sketched letters on it, and I made the second copy green, and the reason for that was just so I could tell them apart more easily. Basically I dragged the green one away at about 45 degrees so that it would make it easier for me to draw in the three-dimensional lines basically. So again, it just serves as another guideline. After I'm happy with that, I ditched the green layer and the pink layer all together, touched up the blue a little bit, and then I added some diagonal pink lines, and these again just serve as guidelines because I decided while I was drawing it that I wanted to make it look like there was sort of like these rays of ink or something shooting through the letters. So after that I then made another layer and just started roughly drawing them in blue. Once I was happy with where those lines were, I made another new layer and got the black out and decided that it was time to start inking in the good copy, if you will. So I just started by just tracing out the letters and smoothing them up as I went, just sort of toggling off the guidelines and looking at it to see if it looked natural enough. Once I was happy with just the general layout, I decided to make another new layer and start drawing in the proper copies of those black lines. I actually made a few changes along the way that you'll see here. Initially I was going to have it sort of looking like they were cutting through and started putting in some negative space lines, and then sort of on the fly I just decided that I didn't want to do that anymore, and yeah, it just kept changing. So it's all just part of the creative process, I guess. A lot of trial and error in this one because I've not really don't think I've really done anything like this at all before, really. So yeah, just experimenting. Once I'd added in those lines, I decided to also try experimenting with some weird lines on the sort of shadowed part of the type. In the end, I actually ended up removing this because I didn't like it, but I thought I would just include it in the video anyway because it is still part of the process, and I thought you guys might like to see it regardless. After those lines were done, basically all I had to do was just do the tidy up. So at this point I just start going around. I think I only showed a few of them here, but effectively I just go through and smooth out all the lines one by one, soften the corners and the edges a little bit and stuff like that to get things looking a bit more natural and just how I want them. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole process, guys. After that, I just added a little bit of texture to it and tweaked the colors a little bit, and that's pretty much it. So if there was anything in the video that you didn't quite understand, or if you'd like me to provide any info about a particular step that you didn't quite catch, by all means pop that in the comments, and yeah, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you like the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up or subscribing to the channel, because it's a massive help for me. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one.